This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Terrace on Fort Myers Beach, 100 feet from the Gulf of America. Here are your award-winning social media superstars, the hosts of Beach Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming to Margaritaville today.
Sounds like a huge crowd.
It's gigantic.
Today. Thank you so much for you guys really coming out.
Yes, thank you for the diehards to be here. Who wants to be sitting watching a Facebook, YouTube show when they can be out enjoying what could be?
They can be out enjoying the sun and just they can shield their eyes from us.
Thank
if they
goodness
feel
for these people here. We have an action-packed show lined up for today. Tons of guests. None of them are here right now, so. Anthony from Sweet Licks is parking, so he's going to be our first guest. His new location is now he's calling again.
That?
I hope he realizes we're at this Margaritaville and not the one in Naples.
Ooh, that would be bad.
No. The guests that are coming up after Anthony are from the Shrimp Festival, which is 1 week from today. It's actually kind of underway.
Right.
Starting today.
The kids run today?
They had the kids run today, and they also are doing
You should have done that. That's about where you're at with your running.
It's worse than that. It's worse than that. I haven't run in probably 6 months now. So
I ran in about
how many miles did you run today?
Well, I did the big thing yesterday, and then today
the big thing?
Well, I did the big bike yesterday, and then I ran 3 this morning.
And what was your time today?
Oh, I didn't keep track today.
Uh-huh. So behind us right now, you probably see an electric bicycle. Thank you to current riders. Brian and his lovely wife dropped off the bicycle today.
This thing is deluxe
model. It's a sweet ride. It's only $1,299. That's
when
all it costs.
Start at. That's what they start at.
And it's really cool. I mean, it's electric. It's pedal assist. It's got a nice lock on it. It's brand
regular.
new.
You can ride it regular. Yeah. You can ride it pedal assist.
So the reason we have this bike here is because after the show, we are going to bicycle on the sidewalk. Don't say anything. We're going to bicycle on the sidewalk from
I got the memo.
From here to basically what? You'd say Seagrave Plaza, and then we're going to turn around and come back just to kind of see what will happen when the town changes the ordinance from no motorized bicycles. I tell you what, the 2 stories that I wrote on Friday with the motorized bicycles on the sidewalks and the food truck park have gotten major feedback.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to live stream the bike. We're going to have the GoPro, and we're going to use proper bike etiquette. We're not going to We're not going to run anybody over. Yeah. We're going to show people how the proper way to ride a bicycle is.
Now, I just want to give a shout out. You can see this fancy cup with our dog's face on it that my sister sent to me. So a shout out to Heather. Thank you very much. She got me this and a bracelet where you can track the dolphin.
Really?
And she said it was for Christmas, but she just couldn't wait.
What do you mean track the dolphin?
The dolphins have trackers on them. So you buy one and you're assigned a dolphin, and then you can track it on their app. But
now that's not actually our dog, is it?
No,
it's a dog lookalike.
It's a dog lookalike. But it looks so much like it. But I think my sister said you can get your dog's face on there.
Yes, very nice.
Super cute.
I like it. I like the gift, but I don't like the fact that you're drinking out of something that doesn't have our logo on it. I prefer that everything we did had our logo on it. So let's get to our first guest, who appears to have finally made it to Margaritaville.
Wait a minute.
All the way from the south side of Fort Myers Beach. Probably took him 2 hours to get here from Sweet Licks in Santini Plaza. Come on down, Anthony. Anthony Shiro, everybody. From Sweet Licks Ice Cream. The original plan was for him to come on last week, but we delayed it 1 week. Yeah. And now we are going to finally get to hear exactly what Sweet Licks is about and your story. Welcome.
story. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
He's not from New York, by the way. You
No,
can't tell at
no,
all.
it sounds like he's from Kentucky, actually, right?
I tried to lose the accent. It didn't work.
You're not even close to losing the accent, and we're from New York.
I'm actually born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So what brought you from Brooklyn to Fort Myers Beach?
It's a good question. My brother-in-law has actually opened up a restaurant in Santini Plaza,
Which one?
New York Pizza and Pasta.
Oh, okay. All right. They're going
Yeah.
to be open.
He's actually going to be 6 doors down from me,
Yeah.
which he's also my partner there. Hopefully 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a kick in the balls, wasn't
Well-
it? 6 months.
Hey,
Township.
Yeah, and there's not really a ton of people down there right now. Although
No, there is.
there is a ton of people
Oh, yeah,
down
there
there.
is.
you just offended.
There's two. There's
there-
at least
there
two
is.
people down there. I know.
No, there's
Yeah.
at least 4 or
4,
6.
maybe 6.
I was under the impression that he was going to be open like next month or something. Well, that's
so
a bummer.
He's opening up a breakfast place there also.
Oh, okay.
Over easy. That should be open probably 3 to 4 months.
You guys are taking over the whole plaza down there.
Wow.
It wasn't the plan. It's just the
Just
folks
how
out
it
here are
worked
great.
out.
Yeah.
I
So
have to say, Fort Myers Beach people out here are amazing.
yeah. So you grew up in Brooklyn. You're
I
born in.
Grew up in Brooklyn, and I bought my first house in Naples about 11 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you've been back and forth for a while
11
now.
years, yeah.
And
When
so-
I realized how much it was costing me on airline tickets, I said it was cheaper to move out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course you're buying Naples because it's so cheap down there to buy.
When I bought, yeah,
Yeah. So you travel from Naples to Santini, or
Every
did you?
morning.
Okay, gotcha. So what made you decide an ice cream shop?
something different. I'm a general contractor. I'm a licensed general contractor, and try something different.
Yeah. Awesome.
You like ice cream?
Does it look like I like ice cream?
No, not at all. Not at all. So
What's your favorite flavor?
Actually, I had black cherry yesterday.
Oh, I am a coffee. I love coffee
So-
ice cream.
Too much coffee is no good.
So
Oh, I
listen,
love
listen,
coffee
dear.
ice cream.
Enough about you, dear. We're here to talk about
Yeah,
him.
we're here
We're
about
talking
me.
about your ice cream.
So you guys you have the ice cream shop that's open. You're going to have the breakfast shop. When is that going to open?
4 to 5 months.
4 to 5
They're
months,
working
and
on-
then
they're working on permits.
the pizza place will open 6
Permits
months
should
ish.
be issued any day now.
So by next season, everything will be rocking. By next.
Hopefully sooner.
All right, cool. Yeah. So tell us about Sweet Licks.
Friends, family, environment. We have 36 flavors. We serve breakfast, not a big portion, small portion. We serve lunch, and we stay busy very much, pretty much all day long.
And
What kind of things do you have for lunch? What's going to be on the menu?
So
Like
lunch-
sandwiches or?
They're already on the menu.
Okay.
We do turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomato with on the focaccia bread.
Mm-hmm.
We have prosciutto fresh mozz with balsamic glaze on focaccia. You love the accent.
totally New York and the whole thing
Yeah.
right there. Totally.
I think
Trying.
you missed a couple
Look, I got a
syllables
crowd
in there, but
reaction.
Yeah, Where are you guys from? You from New York? Oh, sweet. The whole crowd's from New York there.
That's
No,
why
I
they're
don't
all
know.
here.
They caught your accent.
It's support.
They're like, what are these freaks doing underneath this tent? I have no idea what's going on here. So go ahead. Keep telling everybody about what you
We're
got
going to
done.
bring in rice bowl soon. Every day is just a new experience.
Yeah.
Every day we learn the people, and we learn what to put on the menu, what not to put on the menu.
36 flavors of ice
36.
cream.
Yep.
Is that how many flavors was Baskin Robbins?
30,
I don't.
36.
36 flavors,
36
right?
flavors, yeah.
I'll never forget Baskin Robbins
Oh,
in New
enough
York
about
on
you.
Long
Is
Island.
it all going to be
Carvel.
hard ice cream or soft
Carvel,
ice cream?
New York,
or-
yeah.
All soft, all hard.
Okay. And
Bring it
ice
in-
cream, not yogurt, and all of that
Not
stuff.
yogurt. I am bringing in more vegan flavors.
Oh,
Oh, she's a vegan.
Yeah.
I am not.
I
But
have
my
3
friend-
flavors now.
Yeah. The
You're a
vegan none.
flavor?
No. My friend is a vegan. No, I'll do milk because there's no milk in that.
And
the
that's the
vegan.
other thing I'm trying to bring in,
Yeah.
lactose-free ice cream.
Now I notice
Yes.
you're wearing
Yes.
Ray-Ban sunglasses. Are those the really expensive Ray-Bans?
Yeah,
What did they cost you?
I don't know.
You're
These were-
lying.
They were a gift.
It's a good comeback. The Ray-Bans,
Speaking
did you
of-
notice the Ray-Bans now that Facebook is selling? They have the camera right in the glasses that you can walk around and it goes automatically out on Facebook. It's crazy. Yeah, so I was looking to see if
No,
you
there's
had
no-
a
there's no
camera
cameras.
on yours.
He
So-
set me back about 115, but that was
All right,
about
well
10
that's
years
not
ago.
too bad.
No, that's not too bad.
No.
Some of those sunglass makers.
Polarized.
That's crazy.
You
Yeah.
gotta stick with the polo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first day that you opened, Tuesday, what was that like? I mean, was there a good crowd? Did you have steady flow of people? I mean,
It was.
yeah.
It was actually, I was amazed.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, actually.
Yeah, well, the
Guys
people
helped out
on
a
the
lot.
south end of the
Appreciate it.
island are just
They don't
just-
have to travel all the way down
Right.
here. It beats the traffic.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you
just put a haircut and a barber in there, and you'll be all set. Sorry,
yeah,
Jim.
you'll get your permits
That's
the next
next.
day if you put a barber in there. So what? And a bar, yeah.
Beer.
Can you sell
Do
beer
you
and
have-
wine?
Yeah, do you have beer flavored ice cream? There you
That's
go.
after hours.
That's going to be a
we
Wisconsin
gotta
thing.
speak about that off
Or
air.
cheese.
Yeah,
Cheese
speakeasy
flavored.
after the place closes.
No, but it's a good environment. I
Yeah.
have to say, really
Mhm.
friendly people. I stay open. We open
Yeah.
at 8,
And the-
but I keep the doors open. I get there between 6:30.
Oh, keep them open.
I keep the
Yeah.
doors open. Whoever strolls in, strolls in.
So the Yariv is the landlord at Santini Plaza. Super nice guy. He
Super,
keeps us
super
up to
nice guy.
date on how things are going. The outside of Santini Plaza never looked as good as it does right now. I mean, he's really, gone above and beyond with the
I'd say.
landscaping and the parking lot, and he's working hard to get that place filled back
Oh,
up.
he is.
There was a lot of damage there.
yeah.
I seen pictures actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys, when you get in there, you had to do all the work, right? Once you got inside the walls,
I got a vanilla box.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I took it from there.
and you turned it all pink.
I turned it slightly pink.
It's a lot of pink, man.
It's,
What made you pick pink?
I didn't. My wife picked it.
All
I
right.
loved it.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
I didn't even pick the colors on the shirts.
And you guys have been married how long?
Been married now 9.
Took you
12
too
years.
long, man.
Well, yeah, no,
Wait.
I can't say that because if she's listening and watching, it doesn't sound right.
You're 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
And kids?
I have a 9-year-old. Which
9-year-old.
Is at the store right now working.
All right. Oh, you started him young down there. All right.
As we speak, I'm losing money, but
Free ice cream.
No, he's eating all the profits.
Anything else you want people to know about what
No,
you're doing?
come on
The
down.
other
That's it.
locations. I mean, I didn't know there was a whole family connection with the other two spots there.
So it's my brother-in-law's, yeah.
Yeah.
They own the 2 in Naples now, and they're actually launching a grand opening in Estero. In
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I'm going to say probably 4 weeks.
Where is that going to be?
They're off of Corkscrew in Verdana Village.
Okay.
Hmm.
Nice.
And that's probably where I'm going to try to work on another location for Sweet Licks.
Yeah. Oh, you are.
There's 2
There's-
spots available. So
There's so much going down Corkscrew. I mean, it's crazy.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
how-
They
yeah,
opened up
yeah,
another lane now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
How about the growth here in Southwest Florida? I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
You may want to do general contracting. Everybody's building everything around here.
That's what actually I do.
No, I know you said that, but are you licensed in Florida?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Florida,
you-
New York, and New Jersey.
Okay.
Oh, so if somebody on Fort Myers Beach,
Well, don't
want-
leave that out.
wants to call you. I mean, there's a lot of people that could use
My office is actually located in Bonita.
Okay, and so if somebody wanted to look you up because they needed help building a house, I'm sure you build houses that don't fall down, right?
We have no choice.
Or- well, not everybody
build-
feels that way.
Well, when you're building by code, yeah, you have no
Yeah.
choice.
Okay. Good answer. There's a whole history of the. Did you see the house that fell down on a steroid?
I
Yeah,
seen
that there's a
A
long,
lot of them.
funny kind of.
Listen,
thing.
it's coming back. I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys came a long way from 5 years to now.
Yeah. When you go up and down the side streets, you can really tell the new building houses that are going up. The commercial's taking a little bit longer, but once Santini Plaza opens up and fills up, it's going to be awesome.
They're almost there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not that far. I mean, they're far off, but they're not that far off.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think-
you got Sweet Licks now.
Yeah,
Right.
and they only have one. Last I heard, they only had one available spot left. But I mean, the people on the south end, they had it made in the shade when all those places were open down there. They had
They're getting there.
Santini
It's
and
getting back.
Yeah.
Outrigger and all that. So, tell anyone else anything that we might have missed about Sweet Licks, the hours, anything on the
8
menu.
a.m. till 9 p.m. or whenever they decide to leave.
Awesome.
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
And if
Wow.
somebody wants to look you up as a contractor, what's the phone number or website?
It's G&G Construction Group.
G&G Construction Group out of, you said, Estero?
Bonita. I'm in
Bonita,
Bonita,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Anything else you want us to know?
No, that's it. I mean,
All right,
come
man.
on down, enjoy the ice cream, enjoy the food.
All right.
No complaints yet.
Thank you to Anthony from Sweet Licks
Thank you,
and
folks. I
Santini
appreciate
Plaza. Thank you, man, for
Thank
coming
you.
all the way
Thank you.
down. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
See you down there. See you down there.
Come on down.
All right.
Yeah, we got to come down. You have coffee ice cream in your 36 flavors?
30s.
Really?
There, don't insult a Brooklyn guy. He'll knock your teeth out in 2 seconds. Holy smokes. All right, before we get to our friends from the Shrimp Festival, the Lions Club, I need to tell you, I don't know if you saw our newsletter yesterday, but Jorge Barrera put out a bunch of interesting statistics about home sales and condo sales on Fort Myers Beach. You really should go back and read it. It stirred a nice conversation and a very interesting idea that we should have like a real estate roundtable with maybe Jorge and Alex King and a couple of other. We got to get a lady in there. Got to get a couple ladies in there so we have like a discussion about the sales of homes and condos on Fort Myers Beach. That would be an interesting roundtable. But give Jorge a call right now or go and check out the stats that he put out in our newsletter yesterday. If you want a piece of paradise and you need somebody you can trust to buy something here on Fort Myers Beach or anywhere in Southwest Florida, give Jorge Barrera a call, 239-791-9893. 239-791-9893. If you heard or watched our walk around this morning, it was at the Best Western, people. They're this close from opening up, this close. The Best Western is like, I don't know, it's not even a quarter of a mile from Times Square on the north end of the beach. And they're just waiting for one more piece of equipment, and then they get their fire inspection and their CO. And they're going to offer rates to just their Facebook followers for the first week when they open. So you have to follow the Best Western on Facebook if you want to get those rates. They don't charge a resort fee, and they don't charge you for parking, which I didn't know until today. But the reason I bring that up is because Michael Stewart was the sponsor of our walk around this morning, which you can go back and watch. I know I'm mixing and matching here, but they have all new stuff. Every single room is new. Every single room has a view of the beach, the longer beach, the nicer beach. The pool is redone. And Michael Stewart was the sponsor this morning. Michael Stewart will help you with a house that doesn't fall down. He is a structural engineer for residential or commercial. His residential services range from new custom homes directly on the Gulf Bay or the finger streets. That's the side streets. He starts with the survey and the client's hand-drawn sketches, and then he generates all the documents for the permit. You want somebody you can trust. You saw him on the show last week with Albert D'Ambrose from Studio AD. Those two people, if you hire those two people, your house is going to stand erect for 100 years. Unlike Vladimir Zelensky, who looked little. He looked little. I had to stick that in there. I apologize. Directly from the Gulf of America. Ladies and gentlemen, next weekend on Fort Myers Beach is the 57th annual Shrimp Festival, and that means 67th, 777th Shrimp Festival here on Fort Myers Beach, and that means a 5K. That means
you know who's gonna is Lee on there? Because Lee's gonna correct. He's got a different number.
I know Lee's got a different number for everything. It's going to be a 5K, and it's going to be a parade. And here to tell us more about it is the president of the Lions Club, Drew Yale.
Thanks. Hello. Hey,
how are you,
again.
man?
Hey, I got the hat today. I know
Good call. Good call.
And I know you love these
he loves
yellow
the
jackets.
penny.
I know.
It looks nice on you, but it was always my attraction. My attraction to the yellow pennies was with Bernard.
Yes, he wore
The
it well.
late great Bernard.
He wore it well.
Yes, I saw you guys had a special event the other night at Diamond Head. What was that about?
So that was our sponsor dinner, and it's one of the events we put together to do a big thanks to especially the Eating Championship sponsors and our pageant sponsors, and Alex King Foundation this time really sponsored that.
Oh,
that
surprisingly,
dinner.
Alex King
I know.
sponsored something on Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah, it was so really super great to have that night, and it gives us an opportunity for the princesses to have a formal event, right? So they're dressed to the nines, and that's so the pageant's kind of a neat experience for the participants because there's 10 or 12 events that happen all along the beach, and it's so anyways, you try to have a lot of different opportunities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they get to speak in front of the whole crowd that's assembled. It's a good leadership experience.
Now,
And
before
today was the kids run.
Today was the kids run. Yeah, I was there this morning. Betty Rodriguez and the Cypress Lake team there. So
Okay.
there's a couple of so what do we have? The tennis team and soccer team are represented there, helping out, and the princesses again have an event there to
How
show
many
up.
runners did you have today? You know,
Oh, I think so. Even with the pipe,
which makes it even more
Oh,
funner.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it was pretty good. I think we had 25 or 30 kids running.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
great. They
Cool.
were super excited.
So before I forget, and we get into the other questions, we're trying to figure out where we're going to broadcast the parade from next Saturday.
Okay.
Is the parade going through here and then making a left-hand turn, or is it turning down Crescent?
It's going to turn down Crescent.
Oh,
was my impression.
Darn it!
But it'll be right there at that point. So if you're
Yeah.
at the corner,
Mhm.
Yeah, no, we have two options because we were thinking about right across the street at where the salted crab was going to be, and then people come
Yeah.
by and then go. But there's too much construction here
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you
for
used to
sure.
go through, right? You used to go
Yeah.
Used
through
to.
and then make the left-hand turn by Mr. Waves.
yeah, or just go straight down to Bowditch last year is what we had them do to do the turnaround.
Oh, all the
That
way
was
to
gonna be it.
Bowditch. Wow.
Well, just to turn around, but it ended really right at Times Square.
Yeah.
The race is going to come by it twice, though, because they're going to come down the bridge and then come that southbound lane
Mm-hmm.
through the construction because that's open, and then on the way back, the return path is going to be down Crescent for the runners.
So so the parade is going to start at the library
Yes, that's right. Yep,
and then come
That's
down this way. Then they're going to turn down at the light at Crescent
that's
and
right.
then go past Margaritaville. Then where do they go down there?
So it's going to go. So they're going to turn down. I guess it's First Street, 1, 2, 3, 3rd Street.
3rd Street.
Yep, and then turn and out, and then from there they can turn around and folks that need to get off island go right then. Other folks that want to stay on will drive down to Bowditch, turn around.
Okay, so the parade
That's what it is.
basically ends where? Right here at the
Yeah,
corner?
basically ends
Okay,
there.
so
Yep.
line the
Mhm.
streets between the library and Margaritaville,
Yep.
and you'll be good to see everything.
Yeah, School Street to Margaritaville if you want to get the street name in there, but
What about people sitting on Crescent? Can they sit along here? They'll still see everything.
they'll still see
Okay.
it. Yep, just as it ends up. I mean, all the floats will still be there. They got to make
How
their turnaround.
what are we expecting to see this year in the parade? I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh yeah, so we got a bunch. Yeah, I don't know the list of things.
That's
there.
fine,
I'm on
that's
the spot
fine.
for sure. But so we got Jackie Lezak is another super friend on the beach, and so she's our.
What does she do? I've never heard her name
she-
before.
I know, never
No,
right.
she's
So
Chamber
with
of
the chamber,
Commerce.
of course. But so she's the grand marshal. So she was supposed to be the honorific a couple of years ago. So we finally got her back in here. So we've got a.
Nice.
So she'll be driving through. That'll be great. We've got judges. The judges stand will be right in front of Tuna Skin. Going to put up some nice chairs for them, and then that's another viewing spot. Am I holding this mic in the right spot?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah. Okay. So the Shrimp Festival week basically started today.
It did. It started today. That's why I'm holding this wonderful shrimp passport. So this is our Shrimp Festival Shrimp Crawl passport. So we've got 14 restaurants participating this year. So this is the great opportunity. So all week, eat all week, support your local fishermen, support the local restaurants, come down, have some fun. We've got everything from the Island Pancake House that's participating, right down to Snug, Wahoo Willie's, SOBs, all right here. And then Lonnie Kai is jumping in this year too. I thought was a really great one. And of course, Margaritaville is on board here.
How many
too.
are in the passport?
We've got 14 different places. And
So you
there's-
go-
and they're all going to have a shrimp,
they've got
like that's their signature, like a signature dish.
Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
right. Each one. So here, I'll open it up a little bit. Have trouble with managing, but there'll be so there's a special shrimp crawl
Okay, there
special
you
for
go.
each.
Mhm.
Shrimp po' boy here at the Chill Bar. We've got each place has got something special. Even Pancake House has got a shrimp breakfast burrito.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Pretty awesome, right? So and it's all fresh, wild caught pink gold, right? Stuff coming
Yeah.
right out of this lovely Gulf.
And
So
how much are the passports?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you can buy these. They're $5. You can get them at Erickson and Jensen. You can get them from me right here today. I've got a handful with me. You can get them at the Tuna Skin office. And then some of the restaurants have pre-bought them and have them available there too.
do you have any extras we can take to the show tomorrow at Wahoo Willie's with us?
Wahoo Willie's has a bunch on
Okay,
hand.
I
yeah.
got you.
Mhm.
Excellent. All right. So
How long does it run? They don't have to eat the whole weekend?
So you have starting yesterday all the way through till the 9th, so next Sunday. And then on the 8th and 9th, anytime you get at least 6 of the restaurants stamped off, you can bring, there's a little festival thing on the end here. Oh, I'm terrible at this.
That's all right. You want me to help?
Maybe. So there's right here at the end, you check off the ones that you've gone to. You
I
get
see.
6. You bring them back for prizes. We've got some awesome prizes this year.
So you don't have to go to all of them. You just 6.
6. Yep.
I mean, you can go to all of them, but minimum 6.
6 out of the 14.
Yeah, I mean, if you want bragging rights, you get to all of them.
Yeah.
and
Right.
That's great. But there is wonderful items at each place, and like you got all week to do it.
What somebody should do is do one whole passport in one day. Do the whole thing in one day.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
and you'd
I
be
like
at the
that.
hospital.
I like the way you're
So
thinking.
speaking of shrimp eating, we have a shrimp eating contest this year. That's going to be at the Sandy Bottom.
St. Bon's, yep.
So how many registrations? I have to be honest with you. You know what I'm going to say. Shelby sent me a text, and because I've been trying to find an eater to sponsor. Like
Right,
I want to
yeah.
sponsor the number one eater and have them wear our shirt during the show, during the contest. And Shelby said, "Well, why don't you just enter the contest?"
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I don't eat shrimp. That's my only thing. It's like, how many
We'll begin.
pieces of shrimp would you need to Dave? We can
3
enter
pounds?
Dave. Does he eat shrimp?
3.2 pounds. I think that's all you need. I mean,
How
all
many
clean.
pieces of shrimp is 3.2 pounds?
A
A
lot.
lot.
A lot.
Dave, what do you think, man? Can you do it if you wash it down with Miller Lite?
Oh yeah.
Oh
that's-
my
yeah.
God, I'm going to sign him
That
up
would
and
be
sponsor
funny.
him.
That would be
Shelby,
funny.
I'll be getting back to you shortly.
Cocktail sauce provided, but we are looking for more eaters. So if there's folks that want to jump in, definitely sign up. And then we need sponsors for those eaters. We ask for $250 donation. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what helps fund
Buy the
fund
shrimp.
the whole project. Buys the shrimp. Provided by Erickson and Jensen. We love them. They're wonderful, and it's fantastically tasty shrimp. But if you've got an eater that's a good friend, we're kind of going around we're hoping for things like if there's your favorite wait staff, right? You got a bartender on the
Mhm.
beach. I think those would be great. Community guys to come in and
Yeah.
or gals too. We've had our shrimp queen was in the event before too. It's a great local way
Yeah.
to get involved.
And then you have the shrimp boil.
Then if the shrimp boil is back this year, yeah, Darby.
Thanks to John
and
Richard
crew.
over by the cigar
That's right.
hut parking lot is where they're doing it this year.
Yep.
Not in Times Square.
Not in Times Square. Nope. So we need a place to heat that big old cauldron of shrimp.
Yeah.
So we negotiated with the fire department, and we found a good spot that's nice and safe, and we've got
Oh,
a
good.
good way to do it. Got some tents so you can sit down and eat your wonderful half-pound shrimp dinners.
Yeah, half-pound shrimp, and then there's like a little coleslaw thing,
Yep.
and
Little coleslaw, little special
But
cocktail sauce,
they're
secret recipe.
fresh and cooked. They're fresh brought in, and then they're cooked fresh, and then you go.
No, exactly right. And the big boil happens, and as soon as it comes out of that big hot boiling water, comes right on the table, gets shoveled into your plate.
And,
And
then
off you go.
shoveled into your mouth.
Shoveled.
and are they going to have are you going to have a beer tent, or is that just you want them to go to the different restaurants?
Go to
On
the
Old
different
City.
restaurants
Okay.
too. Yeah, we've had a lot of folks ask about your beer tent. Can
Right.
we do that? I think that's a good next year to look
Yeah, a
at.
little
I
at a
think there's
time.
lot- yeah,
Little at a time.
little at a time.
Yeah.
But for now too, we're really driving people into the restaurants and bars locally, and that's the way to support.
Yeah, and I-
this.
And you're
obviously-
gonna have shirts with the logo on it. And who did the logo?
The logo is fantastic. So I don't know
Isn't
who
it
did those. So
Chester?
no, that's for the.
Drew, I feel like we know more about the Shrimp Festival this year than you do. Is that?
I love this one though.
By the way, the hats are for sale.
nice
We
one.
do have hats, and I have a check for you before you leave for the hats that we've sold. You can buy these hats. They're $30 each. And last year I didn't think we were going to sell them, and then I only brought a quarter of what I had in the garage, and
Yeah.
then we ran out. So if you want to buy one of these shrimp hats, come to the show tomorrow at
Right.
Wahoo Willie's. We'll have a bag full of them, or we'll have them when we broadcast the parade downstairs next
I have
Saturday.
to say we have used service experts for our air conditioning unit, and they come every 6 months and check it out and whatever. They were in the garage, and I went to move some stuff. So this guy, big guy, and one of the hats came flying out of the bag, and he looked at it, and I'm like, don't
Long
ask.
story, long story, yeah.
Hey, some people make the hats look good. Other people just kind of put them on and
Yeah.
look for
Cover
the
their bald
distraction.
head. No, and so the other thing is you're going to have tents set up all along Old San Carlos. The road's going to be closed off, right?
That's right. Yeah, starting Friday night. So 5:00, we're closing off the road between 1st and 3rd. So that's Nervous Nelly's right up to Wahoo Willie's and SOB.
Yeah, and I think in the past, just so people know, you were still able to go around Nervous Nelly's and park behind Wahoo Willie's.
That's right.
So the road will be blocked off ahead of where you can pull into park. So there will still be parking behind Wahoo Willie's.
Exactly right. Yeah, that Snug Harbor parking lot there
Yep.
is still accessible. Yep. Right through.
Under the bridge parking. So you'll have tents set up all along Old San Carlos. The shrimp oil will be in between the Cigar Hut and SOB.
Yep.
And obviously the main reason is because Times Square and Lynn Hall Park are not safe
still off
yet.
limits for events. Yep.
Yeah.
And and there's going to be music at the park all weekends.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll do announcements there too for things like winners, for our pageant. Finishes there Saturday afternoon at 2:00.
And there'll be
we'll
people
announce the
set
winners.
up with booths selling stuff and
Yeah,
like-
right. So we've
I
got
just said
40
that.
or so
Oh.
I
booths
said
set
that.
up. Yeah, arts and
Pay
crafts
attention to me.
vendors. Yep.
Pay attention to me.
wow.
Who's the band lineup?
I totally blanked out when you started talking.
The band lineup is still TBD, but it's in the
Okay.
works. We're working with the smarter people there.
Yes.
There's a good
The
booking.
musical people.
Yeah. Yep.
So
The
I'm going to
smarter
ask you,
people?
Smarter
Did
people,
we miss
absolutely.
anything?
Smarter than him?
did we miss anything that you wanted to bring up?
I think I covered everything.
All right, I want you to move over one seat.
Oh,
Well, we're going to kind of do a segue here.
Oh,
Father Reverend Michael Rowe from St.
St.
Raphael's
Raphael's.
Church is here. There's a little bit of a crossover here that we're going to talk about, and then
I
we're going to let
remember
you go.
having him on.
Marie,
see the
I
fleet.
have a check in the side of the black bag for Drew for the hats that we sold. St. Raphael's Church. Before we
Hi,
talk
how are
about
you?
the church and what's going on for Ash Wednesday and how the building's doing, we're going to bless the fleet.
We are indeed. Yes.
So you guys tell us
Awesome.
about how that fits into the Shrimp Festival.
Sure.
Do you want to say a word?
Well, no, it's an amazing tie-in that really goes back to the history of it, back to 1958. I mean, the Blessing of the Fleet has really been a wonderful part of that community connection.
It really is, isn't it? And it speaks to people who make their living that way. And we also will bless your boat, even if you don't catch shrimp. If you eat shrimp, maybe we'll
Bless your boat.
We'll
That's
bless
fair.
your boat.
That's fair.
And it's a matter of just the whole community being able to say, thank God for the shrimp industry and for the ocean and for the Gulf.
What exactly is, for people that don't know that might be watching, what is Blessing the Fleet? Kind of take us through that, what
Sure.
you do.
Sure. So on Sunday morning, we're not going to have our service at our church. We're going to have it on San Carlos Island and invite everybody to come to that. But that's just us doing church. And then at 11 o'clock in the morning, everybody's invited for the blessing of the fleet. And what we do is we gather there and read some scripture and prayer. We're praying for those who make their living that way. We pray for protection. And then at the end of that, we go around to all the boats. Anybody wants their boat blessed, and we sprinkle with holy water, say,
Wow.
God bless you over it. And last year, I was new here, the first time I'd done that. And what I found was that people were saying kind of, bless me too. So we did. We sprinkled them with holy water, said a blessing over them, and there
So
it
you're
is.
just going to be
wonderful.
sprinkling that
Yeah,
water
sort of
everywhere.
palm branch. Well,
Oh, with
water.
a palm
Yeah,
branch?
Yeah,
So you don't have one of those? Okay.
yeah.
they
That's
do
what
with-
that's what we use instead of an aspergillum.
Ooh, an
Oh,
aspergillum.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
I have one of those at home.
No, I don't.
Where you swing it around and it.
No, that's a thurible.
Oh,
That's for instance. The aspergillum is a sprinkler. that
So
splashes
when
water.
you said you
look
were
at what we learned here today, folks. Aspergillum.
you said you were new last year. When they said we're going to go down to Old San Carlos and bless the fleet, you were like, okay, I've never
Yeah.
done that before. But
I've never done that before. I've blessed boats and a number of other things, but never.
what is the
that.
craziest thing you've ever blessed?
That's a really good question. And I don't know that I can answer it. I can't think right now. I think it was probably an iguana.
Is that
Iguana.
right?
Yeah. Because
Holy
Can
iguana.
someone
well,
just come to you and ask for a blessing and you grant it? Or
well, if you ask for a blessing, yeah, I'll give you a blessing. I mean, unless it's
like the Wizard
criminal.
of Oz, we just come
What's
to
that?
you and ask for a blessing
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. I
So did they
bless
bring
the radio?
did they bring the
Wow.
iguana to church?
Yeah, it was. Each year we do a pet blessing around St. Francis Day.
We
Okay.
gotta
St.
bring
Francis
cookies.
Yeah,
She needs
yeah.
Moves
some
into
help.
that, and we're always keen when someone brings something that's not
Different.
a dog or a cat.
Yeah. Was the
Oh,
was the
yeah.
iguana dying or was
No,
it just
no,
needed?
No, it's
How
just to
big
keep
was
it-
the? How big was it?
Oh, it wasn't big.
Wasn't one of those big giant green ones that falls out of the trees when it's too
No,
cold?
it was
or-
a pet one.
Yeah, that's right.
We
I-
have to
It didn't
bring
just-
our bulldog
Yeah.
It
down.
doesn't just show up, Ed. Somebody brought it.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
It didn't
Now-
walk in like a dinosaur and say, "Yo, I need a blessing."
Well, I'd
Yeah.
still bless it though.
if
you
a
wa-
gator walks in, you're doing
Hey.
it.
Yeah,
You-
running quickly.
You do want to put one of those hats on, don't you, Reverend?
Next year.
Maybe I need a blessing
I
for
don't
the
think
hat.
that's as
Yeah, the blessing of the
dignified.
hat. You got
So where exactly is the setup? When you say Old San Carlos, where exactly is where
the
do you bring your own lawn chair? I mean, what's
To the
the
dockside.
Okay.
No, we'll have about 100 chairs.
Okay.
If you want to bring one, just in case, that'd be great. So it's at Erickson and Jensen Seafood Packers, 1100 Shrimp Boat Lane, which is off Main Street on San Carlos Island. I need to say also, I'll be leading this, but I'm also going to have Pastor Tom Fry from the Lutheran Church. who's
Oh,
going to
cool.
be taking part
Yeah,
with
that's
us.
wonderful.
and Kathleen says, can people request other things be blessed, like businesses or homes? And you've already said, yeah. I mean, bring your home
Yeah.
by and you'll bless it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
That
bring-
might require you a visit.
I have to go to your place.
Yeah.
If someone would like to ask a blessing for something else, and I and others there, if people say, I've got this on my mind right now, I've got surgery tomorrow, whatever it is, we'll certainly pray with people
Sure.
for whatever they bring.
And what will what will you be preaching that day to the folks beforehand? What do you got on the agenda? Give us
Yeah.
a sneak preview.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's the first Sunday in Lent, which is preparation time for Easter. So I'll probably be talking about something to do with Jesus and the temptation in the wilderness. When after he's
Ooh.
baptized, he's tested. And I bet you've been too, right?
Yeah, but
Been
he
tested?
failed.
Has he been baptized?
I think
I don't know. I wasn't around when he was a baby.
I don't even know the answer to
Yeah.
that question.
Some people wait till
you
they're
don't
older.
know
No,
the answer.
I don't remember.
I'm certain, 100%. I'm 99% certain.
We
'cause they
grew up
raised
in a Catholic, so there was a
so I
lot of
think
that
there's
church
a-
stuff going
Yeah.
on.
I was.
So
I
one,
was.
one of the things churches sometimes don't say when people come in and want to become Christian or reaffirm and become active again is that it has some risks. And one of them is that probably your temptation is going to get worse and you're going to encounter some trouble. But that's what Jesus said, in this world you have trouble. So that was his experience as well. Before he started his ministry, he had a time of testing. And that's what the gospel focuses on that first Sunday in Lent.
And
So thanks for asking.
yeah, and so how long has the service usually?
The service will be inside 1 hour, and the blessing will be more like 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Anything about the Shrimp Festival before we let you run off to what you got going on, or
Well, I
with
think
the
it's
blessing
really
of the fleet or anything?
Yeah, I think the blessing of the fleet timing works out really great.
Yeah.
It's been a historical connection to the Shrimp Festival, but it happens on Sunday, so it's a great reason. If you come down on Saturday, come back on Sunday for the blessing of the fleet, and then come right over the bridge after, and then enjoy some more fresh shrimp and the festivities we got going on the beach.
Right.
Weekend.
And just so that everybody gets the timing down, what time does everything take place on the blessing?
Okay. The actual blessing of the fleet is 11 a.m.
Okay.
That's when we'll start. If people want to come earlier for our service, we'd love to have them.
And that's
10.
10 o'clock. Okay. So everybody
Now I've
realizes,
got your notes. Yes, 10 o'clock and then 11.
but
Yes.
the important thing, everything's important, but if you're traveling, the important thing to remember is the bridge is closed from 9 to noon. So you
On
have
set.
Saturday only. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
thing
we're
is
gonna
on
do this on
Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry. Okay. See, I'm
Hello?
confused. Thank God I said it out loud. I'd be standing there
Obviously, yeah,
Saturday
the-
like,
That whole church, the whole church thing occurring on Sunday, kind of.
no,
It's a
I would
new-
have been
it's a
standing
new
there
idea.
Saturday thinking, here I am
Wow.
to get blessed. And of course, he didn't
Wow.
show up. He didn't
Yeah,
show
yeah.
up to bless me.
Wow. Dear, that
Just-
was bad.
And just throwing another plug in for
Yeah,
the,
sure.
the
That
passport.
was bad.
All these timings are right in there. We've got a nice couple of pages here that demonstrates. You'll have with you the map of where everything is happening and a nice handy schedule for everything that's going on.
All right.
Super.
And you can
Yeah.
pick them up here if you're around, or you can pick them up tomorrow at Wahoo Willie's for
Or today at
$5.
Wahoo Willie's.
and-
Or today at Wahoo
Today,
Willie's.
Wahoo Willie's, Erickson and Jensen, also Tuna Skin. You know them, you love them.
Yep.
They're wonderful.
Right up the street.
We've got a ton. This is, again, just another plug for the community that we're in right here. Fort Myers Beach is an amazing, unique spot on the planet. People have some really deep ties here. And even the people here that are new just have an instant feeling of community. And it's events like these that really make it worthwhile. And we want to keep these things going. Come down, keep this community alive and thriving.
Amen to that.
Thank you, Drew, from the Shrimp Festival and the Lions Club, everybody. Thank you, Drew.
All right.
Appreciate it. Now, Reverend Rowe, I have some questions about the church. You've been...
It goes on Sunday.
All right, dear. Let
Thanks
it
for your
go.
help.
Thank you. Let it go. We have a question from the audience today. The first thing I wanted to ask you was, how's the building coming along?
If I tell you it's slow, would you be surprised?
Did you see the Best
Probably
Western
not.
thing this morning?
just like everybody else, the contractors do their best, and it takes a long time to get everything done. We were able to start worshiping inside one of our buildings last March, I guess, and so we're under shelter, and then our senior warden, the leading lay leader, gives us updates, and he says things like, "We have fans, we have air conditioning," and we rejoice over small things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for
Remind everybody where it is.
Yep.
Sure. It's on Williams Drive. And so it is a little bit off the beaten path, but there's signs up on Estero Boulevard.
It's so beautiful
It
back
is.
there,
It
too.
is.
You're in that
Mhm.
cul-de-sac and
you're
right.
in right in the middle, at the end of a neighborhood.
That's
Yeah.
right. Nice, quiet neighborhood. And the church was built there, and as that neighborhood was starting
And
up.
that, although you had damage, though, wasn't that one of the churches that did fairly? I mean, compared to some of the other churches that were totally wiped out.
Yeah, comparatively, the walls stood, and that's huge. Everything inside was ruined and had to be cleared out, and that's what we've been working on, restoring the interiors.
And last time I was there, there was a ceremony outside with you put a plaque of the names that people that passed away in the storm
That's right. It was
in the garden.
We have a memorial garden where people's cremated remains can be dedicated, and we put up a plaque that commemorated all the residents of Fort Myers Beach who died in Hurricane Ian.
Okay.
And we were blessing it that day when you came.
And inside, the stage wasn't done yet. You were still trying to work that out. How far along are you from that point?
Oh,
Not very.
We've stopped making promises. We hope realistically that the parish hall will be completed. That's where we worship now. Will be completely completed in a month or two. But
You
we'll
never know.
see. We'll see.
Where did you
You could ask up above for some help, right?
Every day.
when you said you've been here a little over a year now?
That's right.
Where did you come from?
How far back do you want me to go?
Just where'd you move from? To get here,
come here.
yeah.
Sure. So in 2005, I answered a call to St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Benita Springs, and I was the priest there, the rector there for 15 years. So I've retired a couple of times now, and I'm working for Fort Myers Beach as a retired priest.
Where are you from, though? There's a hint of an accent, like Canadian
Where?
or
You got it.
Wow!
Yeah.
Ding,
Yep.
ding, ding for
Yep.
the wife.
That's right.
Wow!
Yeah, there was something I can't remember what it wasn't about, but it was something. Maybe it was out, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Wait
yeah.
a minute."
Yeah.
I would have
Just
guessed.
a
I would have
hint.
guessed Brooklyn, but I would have been wrong.
That would be a second best guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was raised in Montreal, ordained there.
Did you
worked there.
watch the hockey matchup between the United States and Canada?
I only watched the one that Canada won.
Yes, the last game. It's interesting. There was so much interest in hockey all of a sudden this year when they did this because of the politics that got involved in the hockey
yeah.
thing, which made
Oh,
it
yeah.
great for the game. No, it really made
yeah.
it great for the game.
And yeah, everybody was excited about it. And
Yeah, everyone
was-
loves their
it-
own country, and that's what's great about it. Yeah.
and it's kind of good for me. I'm Canadian and American, and
Yeah,
each one of my teams won once.
yeah, and
Do
Canada's
you ever
always.
go back up there to visit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about once a year.
Would you
Not
like
in the
to see
summer-
it
not in the
become the
winter.
51st state of America, or you have to stay neutral on that?
You may very well ask that. I couldn't possibly comment.
I think you did this last time you were on. You're very good about
Yeah,
going in and
staying
out of there.
that.
Yeah.
So about the Easter, we got
Yes.
Easter's coming up. What is the story of Easter?
Okay, so Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead.
I really
There's
hope you
people
knew
out there
that.
watching that
Yeah.
did
I
not.
know,
that-
but I
that-
really hope you knew the answer.
course,
To that.
some-
Yeah. Hey, let me preach here.
All right,
Yeah.
do
Let him
it.
preach.
Yeah. Yeah. So it celebrates the victory of Christ and of our victory in Him. So when we think about our eternal life and what comes after this life, it is in Him that we have that confidence. So I was talking just a couple of weeks ago from St. Paul's teaching, but what does it mean for people to rise from the dead? And if you want to know, go to our website.
I thought you were going to tell me. So
I think it's a lengthy explanation.
Oh, it would take a
probably.
few minutes.
Yeah.
and so the Easter service.
So the Easter service will be Easter Day, the 20th of April, 10 o'clock at the church, and we'll be ready for a big celebration.
And Easter's on Sunday this year, just so in case you didn't know, dear. So
Kind of
it
like
fits-
last year.
Kinda.
It fits right in with what you're doing. You have church on Sunday, Easter's on Sunday. Makes you don't have to
it
take
so
an extra
easier.
day. You don't have to have
That's
an
right.
extra day.
That's right.
So the whole ashes thing, I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I'm not. I don't really follow it. So can you help me out about why
Sure.
people are going to drive
like a
through and get
team.
ashes?
You got it. So the key thing about Ash Wednesday is that it begins Lent. And Lent is a time when we turn our attention to the struggles toward the crucifixion. So people will fast, perhaps, change their prayer patterns. This whole thing about giving things up for Lent is kind of a partnership with
Mhm.
Christ who gives himself up for us. And so the reason it's called Ash Wednesday is really because of a minor detail, which is within the service, we bless some ashes and we mark your forehead with them. And it's a symbol. It's a sign that in the Old Testament, talk about putting on sackcloth and ashes when you're sad, grieving, or repentant. And so the symbol really should come within the service. But do you know anybody who's going to miss church on Ash Wednesday, Ed?
Probably I am. Yeah.
Yeah, probably you are. So we realize that not everybody's going to be able to make it or not going to want to make it.
Because it's on a Wednesday.
Yep. And so what we do is we make it possible for people to stop, have the mark with the ashes, and a brief prayer. And that's a way that people can say, yeah, there's other things I need to be doing right now, but this matters,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to.
Did that start at COVID, or is that something that's always been available?
It hasn't always been available, but it started probably in the 2010s.
Okay.
And people were thinking about ways to reach out to those who maybe aren't as connected to the church as they might be, and to give them a blessing on that day.
When you moved to Fort Myers Beach and you saw the kind of community this is, your church is in a community, you see how the community is rebuilding. I mean, coming from where you came from Canada, from Bonita, what's your perception of this island?
Sure. So, full disclosure, I didn't move when I started work here, so I still live in Estero, which was another relatively small place that kind of got itself on its feet over the last 15 years. So the great thing, I've lived in a couple places. I lived in coastal Maine, and I lived in Bermuda, and those are places that Fort Myers Beach has some resemblance.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's connected. Most people, if they don't know you, they know people who know you. So there's a kind of cohesion and a mutual support. In larger populations, if you don't like somebody, you don't have anything to do with them. In a small community,
You
gotta
run into
deal.
them.
You
Yeah.
got to deal. And it builds a real strength, because you have your friends, but you also have that wider community that you can count on. So we've received all kinds of support at St. Raphael's as we've been trying to rebuild, from you and by many others. And that's a sign, I think, of community strength. So I love being part of it.
What can you say about the resilience of the people that have been here, and I'm sure there were a lot of people that were reaching out over the last couple of years, maybe more so than before. Is that true?
Yeah.
Was it pretty the same? What?
I think last year was in some ways hard because it felt like hurricanes were just coming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And right after both of them, I guess, I experienced people kind of thinking, can I keep doing this?
Yeah.
You know, and some people decide they can't.
Yeah.
But by and large, I found people that kind of regrouped and decided that they're here because this is the one place in the world they really want to be,
Right.
and they'll figure out how to do it. So
When you walk around and people see that you have the collar on, do they strangers stop you and talk to you about religion and about God?
yeah, it's more likely that I get a greeting or a brief question, something like that. Rarely a long conversation. And it really depends. Some people avert their eyes. They hope I won't see them.
Maybe they're
Really?
being bad.
That's strange.
I don't know, you know.
Why?
Maybe they're being bad.
I walked into Mel's in Bonita Springs one day in black clericals.
And you
the
cleared that place
And the
out.
woman behind the bar said, "Oh my God, it's a priest."
Holy-
And she was right.
yeah.
What can I say?
What would you say? People usually ask you a question. What question do you get the most?
Oh, it's all over the place. It can be.
Will you bless my iguana is always one of them, right?
The iguana thing comes up a lot. Yeah, they might just be curious about why I'm a priest or where my church is or what kind of church I belong to. They might have something to say about how they used to go to church.
Mm.
And sometimes they'll tell me the hard truth about it. So something happened.
They got
They
disenfranchised.
got,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And I know it was that they didn't bear any responsibility for that at all. It was all on other people. I sometimes mention that. And so I try to say, how long are you going to punish yourself and God over what happened 20 years ago?
Yeah, yeah. So, do you live stream your services?
I got to be, yes, we do. We live stream on Facebook and we post on YouTube.
Okay.
And the links are on our homepage.
Okay, so people can go on Sundays. What time did you?
10 o'clock. in the
Regular
morning.
service is 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
One service on Sunday.
That's it.
10
Yep.
o'clock, an hour long ish. when you
Never
get
more
done.
never more than 65 minutes.
Gotcha.
Wow.
And so people can go to the St. Raphael's Church website and watch the service on Sundays. And is there anything the church needs right now?
The church most of all needs you and everybody else to come and show up. That'd be the
People.
greatest blessing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots to do, and people are doing it. We can receive gifts step by step, and we hope that within a couple of weeks, maybe we can start to receive things for the kitchen and the such.
Gotcha.
But join the community. That's
And
the
you're,
greatest
so
gift.
basically, you're still waiting for everything to be done so that you can take that next step.
Exactly.
Anything else about the blessing of the fleet, or anything you want people to know about your marvelous church?
It's the same way as Fort Myers Beach is a great community. People really support one another. The same is true for St. Raphael's as a smaller part of Fort Myers Beach.
Awesome.
So, blessing to be part of it.
Thank you so much to Reverend Michael Rowe, everybody from St. Raphael's Church
Thank
on
you.
Williams
It's so
Drive.
good to see you again.
Thank you
Stop
all.
by next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, is a blessing of the fleet. And you can always stop by tomorrow at 10 o'clock and enjoy the service tomorrow live, or watch it live stream on the website on Facebook. Thank you. Have a great day, and we appreciate you coming on now. Before we get to our final guest, we have one more sponsor to tell you about, and that is Parrot Key. I was talking to Dave Nussbaum from Wisconsin about Parrot Key. He was there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. this past Wednesday. Is that close to accurate? For Wisconsin Day. They had Ohio Day last Wednesday, then Wisconsin Day this past Wednesday. And I don't know how many, 1,500 people or so. I mean, it was just over thousands of people. Man, they really know what they're doing down there. Parrot Key, waterfront dining at Salty Sam's Marina, where it's island time all the time. How are you doing? Did you run in the race? Very nice. Oh, she got second place. Very cool. Twin lobster tails for Sunday dinner and Sunday brunch. The great Frank Torino performs every Thursday and Saturday. Car shows happen the first and third Monday each month through April. And that's myparrotkey.com. Check out myparrotkey.com, or just go down and enjoy them Come on. Before we get to our final guest, we have somebody who actually ran in the kids race today. Tell everybody.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
How was the race?
Tiring.
Oh, yeah. How far did you run?
A mile.
1 mile. I'm surprised you're still standing. What was your time?
I don't know.
Well, you got second place.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very nice medal. Did they give you some shrimp afterward?
No.
No. Did you the whole beach? You ran all the way up and down the beach?
Not the whole beach, but most of it.
Where did it start?
It started at, I think near the Baptist church.
Okay, down by the Baptist church. And did you run like a straight mile or did you turn around and come back?
We ran straight and then we turned around.
Very nice. Did you beat all the boys in the race there?
No, I was like maybe half.
Yeah, if you beat half the boys. Yeah, because the boys cheat anyway. So, I mean, I'm sure they were tripping girls all over the place and stuff like that. How are you doing in school?
Good.
Good. All right. Very nice. Anything you want to say? Anything else you want to share about, you have an Easter egg hunt coming up at Bay Oaks on Easter Sunday. Very nice. All right.
Am I allowed to say thank you to someone?
Yes, you are allowed to say thank you.
I want to say thank you to all the Cypress Lake people who helped make the shrimp run happen.
Yes, the Cypress Lake High School folks. Athletics, yep. And that's Miss Betsy helped out with that. Or is it Betty or I think it's Miss Betty? And Drew is not here anymore. So, but yes, they put that race on. So, all right. Congratulations. Thank you for coming on. We've been watching her grow up. Where are your parents, by the way? Oh, there they are over there. All right. All right. Our final guest of the day from Blue Ribbon Events, Daniel Lynch. My gosh, Daniel, the last time you were on, Danielle, was at Pete's Timeout.
You used to have 7,000 followers.
And 9 listeners live. And it's crazy how storms give you more listeners. But yeah, we used to have you on a regular basis. You had all these events that you had going on back in the day. Seems like 100 years ago. So what are you organizing now? And tell people about Blue Ribbon.
Refresh everybody about your business.
Well, first of all, I'm going to interrupt everything. And I know that he loves when I do this. I want to say thank you. You guys are freaking amazing. And I love everything you have done for the island.
Well, thank you
so much.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's mostly her. I'm just
Because it's
along for
been
the
that
ride.
long.
I
Thank
have
you.
your money sitting over there.
Thank you very much.
So I ran the Invitational Lovers Key. I'm a art and craft show director, and it was my first show ever 11 years ago. And then we did the Mermaid Festival.
Oh, that's right.
And
The
those
Mermaid
Those
Festival.
both used to take place down at Lovers Key, right there on Estero, which is now a debris removal site. I don't think it'll ever be used again.
You mean on the other side of the street there where, yeah.
Right there by the boat launch. That's where we used to always have them. So I feel we've been upgraded. We are now the Southside Art and Craft Show. It will be at Santini Plaza.
Yeah.
We will have one the last weekend of March, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 28th through the 30th. And also the last weekend in April, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 25th through the 27th. And we will be open 10 to 5. We will have some fun things going on there. We have Indy Bob coming from Philadelphia. He's going to be playing music on the first event. My understanding, and not to pressure them if they're listening, but I believe that the liquor store may be doing some sampling all weekend.
Oh, boy. Well, everybody's
So
coming
we will be
now for
pushing
sure.
that for
There'll be nobody on this end of the island.
That's right.
So we're going to be in the middle of Santini Plaza. Again, I'm going to back up. The landscaping looks marvelous.
Oh, for
it's the
sure.
best it's ever looked
We were
there.
just talking about that
Yep.
before you came
I
over.
heard you. I
Yeah.
was driving down, had
Yeah.
you on the radio
It's
there. and
great.
everything. It
He's-
looks fabulous.
Uriv is doing a great job down there.
So we're going to be in the middle of the parking lot, not where the farmer's market goes on, but the next strip in the middle, so that as we grow this event, we are not impacting their parking and everybody can still shop all the shops around, and we're not going to be taking up the whole middle of the parking lot. So we're going to have lots of handcrafted items there. We've got, I think, 18 people already signed up. We really only debuted the announcement about a month ago.
Wow.
So I'm pretty happy with that.
Nice.
We have some beautiful wall artists. There's a couple painters. We've got somebody who works with palm fronds and upcycles them into crazy art.
Is that the guy that
Or
used to
like
be?
that you can spread holy
Yeah.
water with. I want one of those palm
These
fronds.
things are enormous.
There used to be a guy that used to take the palm fronds and
Yes.
turn them into animals.
Baskets and animals.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was-
we have a basket. It's
So
we
this
still
girl's
have
on
it.
crack. She does like 5-foot sculptures.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Octopuses,
Back-
stingrays.
It was so funny. We talk about these things now like it was a big deal. Like he would set up by the
In
Dairy
Times Square,
Queen,
yep.
and
Yeah.
he never had a permit or
You
anything.
could get hats from him.
Yep.
You could get the
But
little
everybody loved him. Everybody
roses.
loved him. It's like there was a guy that used to paint. He used to paint like pieces of wood.
Yep.
And I had him paint a Beach Talk radio sign
Yep.
once. Of course, he didn't have a permit, so the town
No.
kicked. This is the Roger era, so the town
Yep.
kicked him out. So I don't know where that guy is, but his work was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some of those vendors
he's
down
not
there.
here anymore. is
I
he?
haven't
don't
seen
see
him in
a
forever.
while. Yeah.
So Chester doesn't know this if he's listening to this, but I am stopping to talk to him later on, and I'm offering him a free booth to come and join
Oh,
us.
nice.
I would
gosh.
love to have him out. I
Yes.
Yeah.
know
Yes.
he's had a lot of struggles. So if you're listening, Chester, I'll stop by on my way back out of here and actually give you that invite in person.
He is unbelievable. The amount of work he puts out, and it's perfect.
And
He
the
is
kids,
he
the
is an
kids stuff
institution.
is always free. I
Yep.
mean, he's
Yeah.
so good with that.
He'll draw anything for you.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Oh my God,
So-
I love it.
That's a
This
bracelet.
This is from Abby. She's actually been at Lover's Key a couple times.
Abby.
Wow.
What's
I
Abby
call
been
my-
up to?
That is cool.
She's had life changes, so I
Okay.
haven't seen her in Florida for
Oh,
3
I
years.
see.
Yeah,
All
she's
right.
got life changes.
All
but
right.
they're part of my Wonder Woman bracelet collection.
Yeah.
no
There you
kidding.
go.
Gives me my superpowers.
Now, are you back here in Southwest Florida, or are you traveling back and forth?
I'm
or?
kind of sort of. I don't reside in Florida right now since COVID. I lived on Bay Beach Lane down there, and I have
Oh.
not been there, but I do Airbnb here, and I come back and forth quite a bit.
Did you own on Bay Beach Lane or rent?
God, you really think I make a lot of money doing
Well, you're selling all these fancy schmancy arts and crafts things. I'm sure you're a millionaire.
No, I'm just a regular blue collar worker, and I just
Yes.
happen to kind of dress up nicely.
Nah. How much do those
I wish I
eyeglasses
could
cost
afford
you?
a pace on Bay Beach Lane, but
I see.
yeah, they're.
Yeah. All
Out
right.
of my
So
price
you're
pocket.
you're also doing events up.
I do Marco Island Art in the Park, so we are there monthly, November through April, which I'm actually there right now, even though I'm here. My husband's there watching all of that going on, so
Keeping
we're live
it
there.
going.
Yep. We have a couple in Punta Gorda, and Anna Maria was my new Fort Myers Beach, but unfortunately, they got walloped this year as well.
Oh, really?
So
What
yeah.
hit? Which one hit them? Helene or Milton? I
Both
see.
back to back. Yeah,
Wow.
they flooded. I think we had 10 shows scheduled for the island there this year.
Yeah.
We've done 5
Wow.
and had to change venues and combine with Springfest to save them. And yeah, there's just been they're not as bad as you. I keep saying every time I hear people complaining there, I'm like, you guys should count your blessings. You're
Right.
not even close to being what
Yeah.
Fort Myers Beach has dealt with.
So go over again the Santini Plaza
Santini
event.
Plaza, it's going to be the last weekend of March, the last weekend of April, both of them. They are 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shout out to the fire department. Thank you for keeping my fees real. I really do appreciate it. It's the reason why we're back on the island. Thank you again to Sharon at Santina. She understood the vision of what we could do by bringing this back and getting that plaza hopping again. I love the South Side, being a South Side resident, so that's why it's called South Side Art and Craft Show. I'm
Nice.
so looking forward to everything being open
And
back
10
again.
to
10 to 5, both
10 to
days.
5.
Sam Laurie is watching. He said Tiki Tom must have been the guy's name
Was it Tiki Time?
that did the tikis down here. He said he climbed my palm tree, cut a branch, and made me a hat. Lasted 40 years.
Awesome.
No,
Yeah.
he made.
Awesome.
I think
Yes,
we still
we-
have those
I
baskets.
told
Yeah.
you. I just said that
Oh,
you were not listening.
we
to
have
me
these little
either.
key baskets
Yeah.
that.
No. It's not little. It's
Yeah.
good size, and
He
you know,
used to do
obviously it
hats.
starts
Yes.
out green, but
Yep.
then it goes
He used,
tan.
tan.
he
But,
used to do flowers and give them to the pretty girls
Yes.
as they would walk by.
Yeah.
and my mom bought like a bird, some kind of bird that he made, and you could hang it up, and yeah.
So Tiki Tom, where are you?
For $20 off his rent. Yeah, where is Tiki
I don't
Tom?
know.
We need to find
Somebody
Tiki
needs to
Tom.
find Tiki Tom.
He's got to be on
Need
Facebook or
some of those characters
I'm sure
back
he's got
on
a
the
TikTok
beach.
page somewhere like everybody else. So
Yeah.
so Blue Ribbon Events is the name of the company, and Santini Plaza end of March.
Southside Art and Craft Show.
Southside Arts and Craft Show.
Southside.
And it's free, obviously. You pull in, you
Free
park, and you
admission.
shop around.
Yep.
And any other events coming up that you're working on?
We'll talk next
All right.
year.
All right.
No, we're not going anywhere. Thank
All
you
right.
again. I appreciate
Thank
guys
you,
a lot.
Danielle
Thank you.
Lynch
Thank
from
you for
Blue
coming
Ribbon
on.
Events, everybody. Big hand for Danielle. Thank you for coming. And before we go, everybody, a couple of quick reminders. Thank you, Danielle. Travel safe in that traffic out there. Where do you go? We're going to sit down. Well, we're ending the show. The tomorrow's show, the mayor is back, everybody. The mayor has taken a 4-week vacation. We're going to ask him how his vacation was and whether or not he plans to keep doing the show or what. We also, just so you know, at the prodding of the vice mayor, I did invite the town manager to come on the show, and he didn't even respond. So I don't think that'll be happening. But the other thing, wanted to remind you to go back and watch the Best Western walk around this morning. If you were worried about Coco and where Coco was, which is apparently the bird that they have at the resort. Coco was staying with Tim, and he will be back at the resort when it opens. And the bird is 55 years old.
They live a long time.
That's what he said. They live to be about 70 years old. So
I think tortoises, certain turtles live a long time too.
And in about 30 minutes,
70 years.
We're going to go live
100.
from Estero Boulevard with our electric bike. And we're going
not
to
ours.
tomorrow on Monday, the town will consider changing the ordinance to allow
Thanks to current riders.
electric bikes up to 15 miles an hour on the sidewalk. And that'll be a public hearing, I believe, on Monday, or at least the beginnings of a
Are we going to
discussion.
comment on that or no?
What do you mean comment?
On
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. It's none of my business. I don't live on the island, but we're going to demonstrate proper etiquette when you're biking with an electric bike on Estero Boulevard. And
I
it's going to be
think
great because
15
there's going to
is
be
too
tons
much.
of traffic out there
There, I
now.
said it.
And then also the food truck park is coming up on Monday, which is really two interesting topics at the Monday Town Council meeting, which we will be broadcasting live. And next Saturday, we will be downstairs for the Shrimp Festival Parade, which starts at, I don't know what time, 9 o'clock, I think. After the race is over, the parade will be live
Yeah,
from
and I'll
Estero Boulevard.
probably be done running that 5K at about.
Oh, that's right.
10.
You're running it. Oh, Sam said Tiki Tom died 10 years ago. Oh, no more
10
pump.
years ago?
Wow.
No, then we
that's
had the wrong
impossible. Yeah, we're
person,
taking
yeah.
to somebody else. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow live from Wahoo Willie's. Bye-bye.